The live commentary may not reflect this rating. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey everybody, it's Clona Comics Inc, and welcome to my new redone Let's Play of Metroid 2 Return of Samus for the Nintendo Game Boy. The second game in the Metroid series, developed 5 years after the original Metroid. Developed by Nintendo and Gunpei Yokoi. And this... Now, for this Let's Play, before we get started, I want to mention that this game, not a lot of people know this, but this game actually has save files. You can see it says Start 1 right here. If I you press left and right on the D-pad, you can see that there's a 2 and a 3, so you do have different save files, but you can't copy them. If you press select, you can see it clear. You can't like select clear, so what you do is you hold down, press start, and that'll delete the save file. So, this is my practice file, and we're going to start with file 2. Let's go! Welcome to planet SR388. Here we have our gunship, or our hunter ship. With this, one of the most iconic parts of the Metroid series. Yep, this is where it made its debut. Alright, starting up with basic controls. Use left and right on the D-pad to move left and right, and Samus actually has a turning animation, which is cool if you look closely. Press A to jump, and press B to fire your power beam. Now, unlike Metroid 1, we actually start with a couple of our upgrades. First off, we start with the Morph Ball and the Long Beam, and we also have start with a complementary 30 missiles, which you switch to with Select and fire using B. You can only shoot one missile at a time, however. They also have a little bit of a slow start, unlike the first game. Okay, now some other controls that are new to this game is that you couldn't do in Metroid 1 is now you can actually bend down to your knees and shoot enemies that might be too high for you to hit or too low for you to hit when you're shooting. You can also hold up to shoot upwards, and if you are jumping and you hold down, you can shoot below you as well. Clear improvement if I ever saw one. Alright, so hunter ship, or the gunship, whatever it's called. If you hop inside, there's some things in here. Like on the left side, there is a station for you to restore all your energy, and on the right side, a station for you to restore all your missiles. There will be energy stations and missile stations throughout the planet. So you don't have to worry about. So you don't actually have to rely on enemies all the time to restore your energy and your missiles. So that's good. Now then, and in here, we're going into the caves of SR388. I'll get into what our goal here is in a second, but before we do, I want to show that we have we have our first creature. I don't know what any of the enemies in this game are called, so I'm just going to let you know that this enemy basically functions the same way as the Rippers did in a Metroid 1. Just shoot it once, it'll drop health that'll restore your energy. It'll drop 5 energy, and you also have these things that bounce around. So you may take a few more hits. And yeah, pretty basic. Just like Metroid 1, this game is just no cutscenes, no whatever. You just jump in and play. Unskippable cutscenes, 4 out of 10. Try again, Nintendo. Yep. Alright. Now we're already putting the idea that we can shoot down at end use. and these things will crawl on the walls, and they basically function the same way the Gamers did in Metroid 1. In more ways than one. And that also shows that there's a hidden path in there, but I'll get into that in a second. You want to use your Morph Ball to get through here. And I'd suggest defeating the enemies if you can, because I will let you know real quick. You can take damage pretty fast in this game, and it won't be very pleasant. Before I head on, however, I actually want to backtrack a little bit. And I want to show that right here, there is a secret passage. So yeah, if you're starting a new playthrough, there's a little shortcut you can take right there. Oops. Yeah. This game also, oh, jeez. This game also has, ow. First shot we get. Okay, don't be in the middle of these things when they were formed, because you will get hurt on them. Oh, jeez. Once you get hit once in this game, you get hit a lot. So yeah, this game can actually scroll up and down now, which can be a little bit disorienting at times. Now, throughout the game, you will see these things. This is a save pedestal. Stand on top of it, you can save your game. Now, these are important because, well, as you can see, there's no more password system. Now you can actually save your game. But for this Let's Play, I find that to be more of a curse than a blessing, because you can't copy your save files in this game. So it may, so if something screws up, then I wouldn't be able to re-record. I could just not save. I could make sure that the video properly exported before I stop it. Okay. Now throughout this game, you're going to find a lot of enemies that do basically the same thing like that one there. So yeah, the enemies aren't really too special in this game. And don't fall in that, by the way. That is acid. We have acid here as well. If you go in it, it's gonna hurt you, and it looks like it goes down pretty deep. I can tank it. I can tank it! We can tank through this whole thing! We'll get through it! Or perhaps not. Game over. Okay, we're back. Alright. You can press start to pause the game as well. Now, you might notice down there that in the corner there's a certain creature and a 39 next to it. And if we pause the game, it says L and 1. Explain what it is in a second. For now, we want to go left here. Well, you listen to this awesome music. This song I believe is called Surface of SR388. Oh. Ah, okay. Right over here we have water, and just letting you know, water's gonna seriously hinder your jumping in this game, so try not to go in it. But that's cool, there's liquid water on SR388, so life can survive here. In here. Missile drops in this game will actually restore your missiles by 5 instead of 2 like they did in the first game, so improvement. The small energy pickups will still only restore 5 though. Staying quiet so you can listen to the music a little better. Now, in here, step closer, slowly. What is that? We're already dealing with these things? Well, what you want to do is get your missiles out, This thing! Alpha Metroid! All you want to do is just hit it with 5 missiles. And there you go. If I head in here, we can see there's an energy station and a missile station right here. We'll store your energy, we'll store your missiles. And these things are in your ship, by the way, but you don't really see them. And what's going on? The planet's rumbling. I bet it's not actually the whole planet, but... Geez, I sort of almost feel like I felt the rumbling there. But now you can see that... So yeah, that symbol down there is a Metroid symbol. And, the L has changed from... This is 1 to 4. Well, let me explain. Alright. Now let me just briefly explain what those numbers mean. We are Samus Aran, and we are on planet SR388, the Metroid's home world. That's right. That's right. We have thwarted. This game takes place after Metroid 1. We have thwarted the evil intentions of the space pirates, the General Ridley, and the leader Mother Brain. And well, Zeebies is in ruin right now. But the Metroids, on the other hand, the Metroids that they were using were a bigger problem all on their own. So we are here on SR388 to basically eradicate the Metroid species. Yes, we are here to make the Metroids extinct. Kind of deep. So yeah, basically what those numbers mean down there is, there are 39 Metroids in total to defeat on this planet. Now, the number that you see when you pause the game stands for left. That basically means how many Metroids are left in this phase. Like you can see in the sidebar screen, it says phase 1. Well, actually it says phase 2 now, but basically, you might notice that there was acid here before, but now there isn't anymore. Well, if I head over here, you can see that the acid that was here has receded, and now we can go through here. That basically, oh geez. The left number basically indicates how many more Metroids are left to defeat. Man, these things are annoying. How many Metroids are left to defeat before you can move on to the next section. So, yeah. Pretty deep game. This game, I will say, this game is definitely, in my opinion, a lot more cryptic than Metroid 1 was. Because unlike ZD's, SR388 is not divided into sectors. And everything looks basically the same because, you know, it's a Game Boy game. Like, they're very limited on color. If any color at all, if you're playing on a regular Game Boy. But we are playing on the Game Boy Advance, so there is a little bit of color, as you can see. Now, I just want to show this enemy right here. This enemy is the server icon for, the Wikitroid Discord server. And this is it's a water droplet enemy, like, falls to the ground, and then warps back to the top, and it comes on like a water droplet. Like, that is so cool. Alright, as you can see, we have more acid right here. Yeah, don't go in it, like I said, it hurts. I gotta get used to the fact I've been playing Metroid 1 for so long that I gotta get used to the fact that I can actually, like, get on my knees to fire. But basically, when we defeat the 4 Metroids that are down this way, this acid will lower as well, and we can progress. And there we go, the music changes. And this enemy is also really cool. It, like, jumps up and then, like, floats down like paper. Yeah. This game has pretty generic enemies, but also some pretty cool enemy ideas. Alright, and here we have the third variant of enemies that just kind of act like the gamers. This one only takes one hit, though. So, yeah. That's good. You probably, if you're kind of rushing a little bit, like I was in my most recent practice playthrough, you may actually take a lot of damage trying to from these enemies. But that's just kind of how it is at the start. Once you get once you get further in the game, it won't really well, the enemies won't cause you too much grief. Ooh. Well, not really enemies per se. They're more like just creatures. We go down here. We have we have this thing right here. Isn't that the shell that the Metroid came out of? Yeah, because we have this thing that we can't get through. So this area is restricted for now. So I bet you guys are questioning exactly what that thing was that we fought before. Like, was that actually a Metroid? Because it like came out of a Metroid. Basically, that was an Alpha Metroid. Believe it or not, the Metroids that you saw in Metroid 1 at the end of the game, those were actually Metroids in their mature stage, their second stage of life. Oh yeah, these enemies, of course, you might remember these things from Metroid 1. Basically, it goes from larva, and where they suck the life out of their prey, and then they grow bigger as a result until they reach the mature stage, and afterwards they will shed their mature Metroid skin and become an Alpha Metroid. They can't suck the life out of their enemies anymore, out of their prey anymore, but they don't really need to because they're powerful enough. Okay, you know, this thing that just kind of goes in circles. Alright, now heading in here, we have another save pedestal. So I'm going to go and save my game right here. And I think we are going to end the first episode of Metroid 2 Return of Samus off right here. So next time on Metroid 2 Return of Samus, we're going to go through this area, see what we can find, and get those 4 Metroids that are in this area. See you guys then. Goodbye.